Good morning. It's Friday, May 21st, 2021. I'm Karen from Simply Living for Him. I'm here to do my daily encouragement video from God's Word. The reason I do these videos every day is merely just to point you to God. I would hope that somebody would come across this video, stumble across it, and be pointed to Him in a new way. And so you can go back in the YouTube archives. You can see there are videos going all the way back to last year. You can go through those at any time. If you want some more in-depth study of God's Word, you can come on over to our Simply Living for Him online women's community, where we do Bible studies. We provide various resources and encouragement for women to get in the Word every single day. So I'd love for you to join us. The link is in the description here, or you can go to simplylivingforhim.com/community. Today I wanted to look at one sentence that I believe will change your life. I've talked about this sentence a lot lately. It's the very first verse in the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But I wanted to look at it a little bit even differently today and provide a little bit of a different perspective about this verse that really might change your whole entire day. So it says in Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And because we're studying this right now in our online community, it's always kind of fresh in my mind. And this sentence really is changing me lately, because normally in the morning, I will wake up, as many know if you followed me for a while, and I will always read God's Word first thing in the morning. Don't necessarily study it then or have a big in-depth time, but I always fill my mind with God's Word first before I check my texts or my emails or anything like that. I always want to make sure that God's Word goes before my eyes, before anybody else's words. But lately, after thinking about this verse, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, I have been thinking, even before I pray, I want to think about who I'm really talking to, and God, and how amazing and big and powerful and majestic He is, that He created the heavens and the earth. And I've talked about this recently in a devotional and in other places, but if you really want to understand the importance of that statement, go look up how big the universe is, right? The same God who created the universe, which is, infinitely bigger than we can imagine, billions and billions and trillions and quadrillions of miles big. This is the God that we are talking to. And it really changes everything, because before I pray, I start thinking now about this statement, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And I start thinking about all the things I'm learning there in Genesis, and how I'm seeing God's character and how big He is. Now, yes, He's a personal God, and we can go to Him personally and talk to Him and, ask Him about things, and present our requests to Him. So He's very personal, yet at the same time, He's beyond our comprehension. And I want to focus a little bit sometimes more on that beyond our comprehension part, because it's actually such a comfort to me when I think about, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. When I think about my little worries of the day, or even my very big worries, things that are big life decisions or life happenings, and I put them in the perspective, though, of God creating the heavens of the earth. This is the God I'm talking to. It brings an immense amount of peace and comfort to me. And so for somebody who can get a little anxious or worried or constantly think about what if for the future, focusing on, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, it just changes everything. It kind of puts everything into perspective. And before I start praying, to really think about, like I said, who I'm talking to, the God that created the universe, the universe that is, a bajillion times bigger than we could ever wrap our brain around. That is the God that I am communicating with. That is the God that I'm presenting, maybe my fears, my worries, my doubts, the things that I'm dealing with each day. That is the God that I am talking to. And if He can create the heavens and the earth, and as we're studying through the creation now and looking at all the things He did right there in those 6 days of creation, if He could do all that, what a comfort to know that He also holds the stars in place and holds my life in place. The God who holds the universe in place is the very God that then I go walking into my day with. Like, that is a mind-blowing thought. the universe is beyond. Like just the other day, my son and I were looking at Jupiter. We were talking about Jupiter. And that little red spot that Jupiter is so well known for is actually a storm. And it is 2 to 3 times the size of our Earth. And that's just one planet, one little like spot on that planet, just like showing how small we are in comparison to this universe. And then there are things that are far more gigantic than Jupiter. Like it just blows your mind. So the God who created all those things, the God who is still working in the entire universe, is working in my life. So when I pray in the morning, and I this morning, in fact, I was just saying over and over, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It sets my mind on who God really is. So then when I start talking to him about all the things that are going on in my life, I realize that that is the God who is walking with me into the day. That is the God who is with me right here in this moment, who is with me at all times, the same God who created the heavens and the earth. What a thought. So it's changing me. It's changing how I pray. It's changing my perspective on, who God really is. And it just brings such a comfort and a peace to my prayers and to my day. Now, that's not to say that life doesn't get crazy and things get crazy and I get crazy sometimes and, we get off track. But I'm hoping that just keeping, in mind this one sentence, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That is the very same God who is working in my life and in your life today. So I hope this encouraged you. If it did, share it with a friend. Let me know. Join us in the community, and I will see you next time. Until then, I wish you all the blessings and joy in Jesus today.